Hey guys, you're talking to HB here. Today we'll be talking about the quadratic functions. How do they work? So this work is for grade 11. So please guys, please watch carefully so that we can finish this lesson, and in most cases the exams and tests that we're gonna write, they will involve quadratic functions. So let's start. Here's a question, or have you ever wondered that where does this quadratic formula come from? Now here's the explanation. For the quadratic functions, you have what? Ax all squared plus bx plus c, which is equal to 0. You can see that, right? So at all times when we are dealing with quadratic functions, your x squared or your a variable should always be 1, but not greater than 1 or less than 1. So let's start solving this equation. We should know at the end of this video, we should know where does this quadratic formula come from. So first of all, we're gonna say, because I said we need to have 1, not another variable or number, we're gonna say x squared divided by ax squared divided by a plus bx all over a plus c all over a, which makes it what? Equals to 0, right? So because we've divided by a is gonna cancel here, and at the other side it ain't gonna cancel, hey, because they aren't like terms. They don't look the same. They aren't the same. So answer will be what? X squared plus bx all over a plus c all over a, which is equals to what? 0. So how do we go from here? Always when you are dealing with a quadratic function, and if you are not gonna use the quadratic formula, you have this a plus b plus c. Here's your a plus b and c. So always when you want to pass this step, you need to complete your equation into a perfect square. But first, the step 1 that you shouldn't forget, you should always take off the constant variables. As you can see, c divided by a is a constant variable, making it, when we take it to the other side, making it to be a what? A negative c all over a. Don't mind this one, don't mind it. Here's your actual one. Okay, c all over a, hey? So why? Because we want to make this a perfect square. So as I said, consider what? Your b, hey? So where is our b? Here's our b. We need to have an ax, hey? Am I wrong? This is a, I'm sorry. So what we're gonna do is this. We're going to solve for x right now, firstly, which our x will be what? X is all equals to what? B all over a. And always when you come to this part, you should remember to divide it by 2a, making this whole equation b all over 2a, and square it, which will give you what? B squared all over 4a, right? So if it's 4a, therefore you can mark this like a right and a not. Okay, so the not one will go to at this side, and the right one will go to that side. So we'll have what at the end? X brackets, because it is positive, right? You should look for the sign. X b all over 2a all squared, it's equal to c, negative c all over a, making when we're taking this other answer to the other side, it will always also be what? a positive. Why? Because it is a positive. Don't change the signs. Okay, so because we are done here, we need to add these all together. So what is the, here's a square, I'm sorry. What is the common factor here? The common factor is a, 4a. We might have written it or swapped it, but I would like to swap it where we have positive at the beginning. Our answer will be b squared, because how many times does a go to 4a squared? How many times does 4a squared goes? It doesn't go. It's b squared. But how many times that a go to 4a squared? It goes 4 times. 4a, right? Meaning our answer will be 4 minus AC. So if it is 4 minus AC, at this side we'll still have what? X plus b all over 2a all squared. Hey, so we're coming to the other part, and then in order to remove the square, you need to square root the other side. So it will be what? X plus b all over 2a is all equals to plus or minus the square root of what? B squared minus 4ac all divided by 4a. Because we don't know the square root of b squared minus 4ac, but we know the square root of 4a. 4a. We're gonna say plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. You can see that coming along, that this is a quadratic equation, or quadratic formula. So we need to solve now. Because we said plus or minus, we're going to substitute. We're going to do it we're going to do it once at a time. So it will be what? X all equals to, taking the b all over 2a to the other side, negative b all over 2a, using the plus or minus b squared minus 4ac all over what? 2a. First, we need to look, what is the common factor here? The common factor is 2a. Okay, we're going to take the 2a, which will be what? 2a minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. Voila! There is a quadratic function. There is the origin of the quadratic formula. So guys, please like and subscribe on my videos. There are other videos that you can get. Just search or just subscribe, and then you'll get every update. So cheers, we shall see each other next time. So please remember, practice makes perfect. Please, if you practice this formula, you'll get better marks, I promise you. Cheers.